A wedding ring is missing, and Princess Charlotte's sweater is missing. How did nobody see this?
But I've been doing some research, and I really believe that this photo was taken back in November of 2023.
It's clear to me this isn't the first, second, or third time that they have failed to produce a real photo, an untouched, unedited photo of Kate Middleton.
The facts are the facts. We haven't seen Kate since December of 2023. How about y'all just tell the truth and stop making Kate take the blame for everything you're doing wrong with your public statements?
The royal family is falling apart, and now the palace is struggling to control a narrative. The public is asking about Kate Middleton and would like to see proof of life. This is because Kate has been missing for months, and the palace keeps releasing edited photos of the princess to try to stop everyone from asking questions. This story has gotten dark, and now I'm worried whether Kate Middleton is even alive or not. So let's get into it. If keeping up with the news has you feeling overwhelmed, then you're not alone. Navigating the chaotic media is not an easy task. And with the 2024 election coming up, it's going to become even more of a political circus. That's why I'm excited to get my updates from somewhere I trust, Ground News. They are a website and an app that helps us navigate a world full of bias, funding, and straight up false information. With access to over 50,000 sources from around the world in one place, it allows us to compare coverage to see where bias leans, who it's funded by, and how reliable the source is. Let me show you guys how it works. Take a look at this story on Ground News. There's a lot going on with Kate Middleton, especially with this edited photo going around. We can see that this story has been covered by over 300 sources, with the majority leaning towards the center. On the bias distribution chart, we have a visual representation of where the sources lean, and further down you can see who owns these sources on the ownership chart. I mean, take a look at these two sources, one from the left and another from the right. It's really important to me to compare these two different sources because everyone who's creating this content, they have some type of motive. So it's for you to figure out where the truth lies. One of my favorite features of Ground News is the blind spot feed, which highlights stories that are disproportionately covered by one side of the political spectrum. I think we can all admit that Ground News provides an important service. It empowers its users to think critically about the bigger picture, kind of like what we do here on this channel. Check out Ground News by following my link in the description below, ground.news/Sloan. If you subscribe through their link, you'll get 40% off unlimited access to the Vantage subscription, which is what I have been using lately to collect information and create these amazing videos for you guys. So thank you, Ground News, for sponsoring this video, and enjoy. Everybody is asking, what is going on with Kate Middleton? Is she in a coma? Is she getting a BBL? What has the royal family done to her? Because she hasn't been seen in months, and some of the information coming out from the palace is concerning, especially some of these images that the palace keeps releasing of Kate Middleton that seem to be altered.
Remember how this photo came out yesterday and I said it's hard to believe that that's actually Kate Middleton in the photo, especially because it's the only photo that was released with the back of her head. People did some digging and they found this old photo of Kate Middleton back in 2016, and it seems to be the exact same head that's in the top photo, only maybe possibly an ear was photoshopped onto the head. If you're not buying it, let me show you something else. This was the full photo that was released, and if you pay attention to the brick walls above the car versus the brick wall that you see through the windows, they're completely different. Even the Daily Mail cropped the image so you couldn't see the different brick walls on the outside of the car. It's clear to me this isn't the first, second, or third time that they have failed to produce a real photo, an untouched, unedited photo of Kate Middleton.
Now, really, the public is asking for proof of life of Kate Middleton, and the palace keeps giving us images that are questionable. And when we confront the palace about why they are giving us images that are clearly photoshopped, they are just directing the blame to the photographers and other people, and not really getting to the root problem here about where Kate could be.
You know, that's what's really bothering me about this entire thing, is that they just keep lying and lying and lying, and they're making Kate take the fall for everything that's going on here, when the facts are the facts. We haven't seen Kate since December of 2023. Because I'm sorry, if you count this daily fail sighting as seeing Kate and feeling good about whether she's alive and well or not, then I don't know what to say to you. We don't live in the same reality, and that's fine. Busted again, Royal Palace. Meanwhile, tons of news publications are running stories claiming that people like me who are questioning these photos are bullying Kate. Bullying how? How about y'all just tell the f***ing truth and stop making Kate take the blame for everything you're doing wrong with your public statements?
Why is the palace having such a hard time showing us what Kate is doing? And why is Kate staying so silent in this? I mean, it seems like she really doesn't have a choice. And now that the story is becoming bigger and bigger, we've got other people here in the States who are now asking where Kate is. I mean, we really don't pay attention to the UK. We do, pay attention to the royal family. And of course we do. Look at this fiasco. Now we've got comedians joking that she could have passed away months ago, and we just have had no idea.
Now you have American media on this, and guess what? They don't have a bias about this because we don't care like you guys do in the UK. We don't have media that's in the pocket of the royal palace, so it's about to get more unhinged unless you actually produce proof that this woman is alive and well.
So why is it so difficult to address what Kate's been going through? This article reads, missing Kate Middleton isn't just a PR crisis. It has sparked a sinister search party. The Princess of Wales and the future Queen of England has sent the world into a tizzy. Getty Images and Associated Press pulled an image released by the palace, probably to shut down conspiracy theorists, but really it just caused even more issues by revealing that these images are edited. The Princess of Wales, one of the world's most famous women, seems to have simply vanished from view.
Let's all remember that just a few weeks ago, a Spanish journalist went on the record and said that Kate Middleton was in a coma and close to death. And when the palace was absolutely furious, the reporter doubled down on her claims that something was seriously wrong with Kate and that she was in a coma. This all leads me to a moment recently when Kate's uncle on Celebrity Big Brother was asked about her whereabouts, and he gave a very cryptic answer.
Ask you a question. Where's Kate?
So because she doesn't want to talk about that,
We can't talk about it.
the last thing I'm going to do is there's the kind of code of etiquette. If it's announced, I'll give you an opinion.
I hope she's okay.
But I think the most important thing, well, I spoke to her mum, my sister. She's getting the best care in the world. And all the family's done is put the wagons around and look after family first before anything else.
Now let's get to the facts. Kate hasn't been seen in public since Christmas 2023 and was in the hospital in January for a planned abdominal surgery, after which she seems to have disappeared with no real updates on her whereabouts or well-being. The rumors, the misinformation, the conspiracy theories, and the cover-ups are all feeding the frenzy around her whereabouts. People are now convinced that something is seriously wrong. Maybe Kate might be dead in a coma, or worse, separated from the future king. It was on January 17th that the palace revealed that Kate was going under a planned abdominal surgery. They claimed the surgery was successful and she was expected to remain in the hospital for 10 to 14 days. They said based on current medical advice, she is unlikely to return to public duties until after Easter, which makes me question what kind of surgery could she be having? I think this is when the plastic surgery BBL rumors came in, because it's a quote planned abdominal surgery. The Princess of Wales has asked for privacy, but she is a princess of the royal family, so people are going to pry and try to understand what's going on with her, but she wishes that her personal medical information remains private. Almost a month after Kate was discharged from the hospital, a palace source gave an update on the princess, noting that she continues to be doing well. The update came shortly after her husband William made a last-minute decision to pull out of an appearance. On February 27th, William was forced to pull out of attending a memorial service honoring his godfather, King Constantine of Greece, due to a personal matter. After not hearing from Kate for a while, social media started creating assumptions of what happened to her, which I have to admit that I love a good conspiracy theory, let's question it. We as the Free Britney movement started off as a conspiracy, and now maybe we need to free Kate from whatever's happening to her. But let's talk about some of these options. Now really, I don't think Kate is getting a BBL. Well, everyone, their mother, their sister, everyone's got a BBL nowadays. I just can't imagine having this much speculation over just a BBL. If you didn't know, a BBL is a procedure where you alter your body by removing the fat cells and transferring them to another part of your body, which some people are joking about Kate possibly doing this. Some people have other lighthearted opinions, like maybe Kate is, working on The Masked Singer, or she's going to appear on Celebrity Big Brother. But really, can you imagine a princess, a royal family member doing any of that? I'm not buying it. I don't believe that.
I rounded up all of the Kate Middleton is missing theories on the internet. There are 7 of them in play. Number 1, I have to start off with a light one because some of these are dark. People think that she's on The Masked Singer. She's not. Number 2, something to do with cosmetic work. It could be anything from the joke about her getting bangs and needing to grow them out to a mommy makeover. The third theory is that maybe it really just was surgery and they're being weird. Maybe she's on steroids and her face is swollen up, so that's why they don't want her in a photo. Even so, I don't think that's true because at this point, when we get to theory number 4, they all turn really dark. And even if she was a little bit puffy, what's a puffy face compared to some of these rumors? So theory number 4, it has to do with domestic violence, and a lot of people are speculating that William maybe accidentally hurt Kate in some sort of DV situation. People are speculating that she fell into a coma, so they covered it up with a press statement about, abdominal surgery. Maybe she had some sort of head or brain injury. I don't know. That's just one of the theories a lot of people are now starting to talk about. Another theory, maybe she is in rehab. A lot of people are saying maybe she's in rehab for some reason. All right, theory number 6, somebody said she was taken hostage by the Russians. Number 7 is that divorce is incoming, and this is the start of a subtle smear campaign to kind of try and turn the public against Kate while protecting the heir.
If this is a planned surgery and she is just, in a routine recovery, then it would make sense if she's, able to be around the palace and to still live a life. I mean, it's not like she's bedridden. On March 4th, we supposedly saw Kate Middleton for the first time since her surgery, and Kate was seen in a car alongside her mother. Although she was photographed in the car with her mother, many fans say that behind the distortion of the photo, it doesn't look like Kate. So could this image be edited to make it seem like it's her? This person wrote on Twitter, "Hold on a minute there, internet. Someone removed the distortion from Kate Middleton's image produced on TMZ. Prince William, please come and ID your wife. Who is this?"
Red flags were waved earlier this week when she was spotted for the first time since getting abdominal surgery back in January, looking quite different, leading people to wonder, is this even Kate Middleton?
A royal biographer named Sally was quoted saying that Kate is so central to the monarchy and the future. And with little to no information regarding Kate and King Charles's health amid his cancer treatments, everybody feels unsettled by uncertainty, and there is too much uncertainty that is surrounding the monarchy right now. It's really not looking good for them, and I wonder if they want Meghan and her man to come back. Why can't I Prince Harry? Not me saying Meghan and her man. Honestly, I feel like I remember these women more than I remember the actual royal men. Now, we just had Mother's Day in the UK, and that's where things really get questionable because Kate posted a picture with her children saying, "Thank you for your wishes and your continued support over the last 2 months. Wishing everyone a happy Mother's Day. C. They claim that this image was taken at the palace earlier this week, but a bunch of media outlets pulled the image because they suspected that it was edited. It was weird that the tweet was signed with the letter C for Catherine, which okay. It came after weeks of speculation, including a conspiracy theory spread by a journalist suggesting that Kate was in a medically induced coma. From Princess Charlotte's wonky wrist to Kate Middleton's missing wedding ring, eagle-eyed armchair detectives have pointed at least 10 clues that the family's first post-surgery photo has been edited. On Monday, their suspicions were confirmed when the Princess of Wales issued an apology for any confusion sparked by the image, claiming that she does experiment with editing. Interesting, because I can't imagine an official, agency like the royal family posting a super edited, clearly obviously altered photo. Here you guys can see that there is the absence of her wedding ring. It appears the zipper on Kate's jacket does not line up in the photo. The presence of leaves on a tree in early March in England raised some eyebrows. The edge of the table next to Prince Louis looks distorted, pointing to a possible Photoshop fail. The princess's right hand embracing her son Louis looks strikingly blurry. So there's a lot of aspects of this photo that doesn't make sense, and it seems like a lot of work for a simple Mother's Day photo with her kids.
A wedding ring is missing, and Princess Charlotte's sweater is missing. How did nobody see this? I'm convinced they did this on purpose. There's no other reason.
I totally understand questioning the palace on why they would do this. Why make these simple editing mistakes? It makes me think, again, of the Free Britney movement, how we would find little edits in her posts, and it all pointed to a bigger picture. But what is the bigger picture here? That Kate is no longer with us, and we need to take these photos of these kids and alter it so that they could have something to produce. Now, I've seen a bunch of AI systems, like Remini is one, for example, where you can put an image into an app and it can make it like a better quality. It could, make everything more crisp. But this doesn't even seem like a Remini, like AI oops. This is like, really like kind of not professional because it is so obvious, but to like have the zipper online and to have these things occur means that someone was really in that image making it into something else. Let's say it isn't edited and that this image just went through maybe one of those apps and it came out with a poor quality version. This photo still was not taken last week, even if it was just put through an app and it messed up. It wasn't taken a week ago. This image could be traced back to November of last year.
I've been doing some research and I really believe that this photo was taken back in November of 2023. Okay, so in November, Kate and her kids went to a baby bank and put together a charity video that dropped in December. Yeah, I know that the sweater in her picture was black, but stick with me because it's photoshopped. I think they changed around the clothes on the photo, but look at these boots and look at the pants. This is the exact sweater. It's from a company called Rice, I believe. And look at that neckline and look at this part right here. I've upped the exposure quite a lot so that you can see the ribbing better, but look how it lands on her like thigh area, the thickness of that belt of the ribbing, and then look at the turtleneck. Yes, I know a lot of turtlenecks look the same, but I do believe that this was photoshopped to be darker and it was just that cream sweater because they don't make it in another color. They make it in cream and in camel. Now let's look at the boots that she's wearing in this new photo. It's the same exact boots as this baby bank visit that she did with her kids. But it doesn't stop there because take a look at the shoes that her daughter was wearing that day. These are the same exact shoes and probably the same tights, but it's hard to tell because the photos are a little bit saturated and I can't see the ribbing in the original one. The older kid was wearing this navy sweater and plaid shirt underneath at the baby bank. But it kind of looks to me in this photo like that's the same sweater. They just made it a little bit lighter and then they didn't want you to notice the checkered collar, so they covered it with blue.
It truly looks like these kids were wearing the same outfits. And I've seen these apps change the color of clothing, so it's not that far-fetched to suggest that. So now these agencies are pulling these images from their publishers because they don't want to be held accountable for manipulated content. They even put out a statement saying, at closer inspection, it appears that the source has manipulated the image. No replacement photo will be sent. And I don't know exactly if this is the agency's work or the royal family, but someone has put in a statement to these image distributors and asked them to remove this image and to no longer make it available for any news sources to use. This is actually a big deal because I believe that people who would be using this image in the future could be held liable because this image was put on a kill notice, so not to be used, not to be published. Journalist Piers Morgan called on the palace to release the unedited photo of the princess and her children ASAP. Quote, if it's just a small bit of harmless retouching gone wrong, nobody will care. If they don't release the original picture, the conspiracy theories they were trying to kill will get way worse, which I agree. If it's a simple photo editing error, then release the picture. I mean, I don't think they would. The palace did announce that Kate is unlikely to resume her duties until Easter, which is the 31st of March. Either way, the palace is running out of time and the public is running out of patience. I totally agree with Piers Morgan. I want to see the original picture. I want to know if Kate's okay. If we don't see her by on March 31st at Easter, then like then what's happening to her? Like, what if the palace releases images on Easter that are also clearly edited? And while I think conspiracy theories can be dangerous, I think they're important here. And when it comes to the royal family, there's a lot of conspiracy just behind the scenes. So there's another theory I want to share with you guys. And this is from a TikToker named Devoutedly Yours.
I have fallen down the rabbit hole. I've read many conspiracy theories, and there's one that people seem to be running with. With there being no real sightings of Kate Middleton, in my opinion, and horribly photoshopped images to try and quiet the public, it seems that people believe that her absence and Prince William skipping out on his godfather's memorial has something to do with Thomas Kingston's death. Thomas Kingston, who was married to Prince William's cousin, was found in his parents' home 2 weeks ago with a head injury and a gun at the scene, but police do not believe his death was suspicious. Yes, he's the same Thomas Kingston who was dating Kate Middleton's sister, Pippa. The funeral was today and Prince William was in attendance, but of course Kate Middleton was not. Now obviously that's a very dark conspiracy theory, but with the royal palace lacking control of the situation, they are allowing people to control the narrative.
I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below about Kate and about the royal palace. Do you have any thoughts? Leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you in a new video soon.